Beloved soul, it's Maylenah. Welcome to today's reading, you guys. So today we have a reading about what is it that you don't see about yourself. What sort of low vibrational patterns that you still carry don't you see about yourself? And on the other hand, we always, come from the light, so what high vibrational patterns don't you recognize about yourself? And would your higher self like to have some of these abilities, some of this light shown? And what is it? So this channel is a space for inner truth, emotional awareness, and conscious love. And here we explore what is alive within you. Your patterns, your challenges, and the energy you bring into relationships and life, right? So during this reading, take a deep breath. Take what resonates, and also it's very important for me that you practice using your intuition. That's why I do these readings. If a message supports you, you're welcome to like and subscribe my readings if you want, right? So you know how it helps this channel to reach the people who are ready for this work we're doing here, all right? So and also remember, before I show you these 3 crystals, that I also do private readings. Right now we have an offer, or actually 2. For the rest of this month, we have an offer of relationship reading. And this could be relationship with a partner or a family member or a boss or something, anything, And the other reading is actually about the fire horse, because we just stepped into the year of the fire horse, the Chinese zodiac sign. And I want to do a reading if you have something planned for this year, or things you want to manifest, or intentions you are making. I want to help you to make these in this coming year, putting the horse energy into your reading, so that we can make sure that you put the right intentions, so that you navigate correct in this coming year, so that the horse won't run over you or run too fast or too slow or whatever, So that's an offer we're doing for March as well. Send me an email. You can see my email in the description box below. I only have the Danish email now, called Spirituelvisdom at gmail.com. So if you need that, then do it, right? And or else you can also, send me a hot cup of coffee. You can find that in the description box below if you want to support my readings. You can choose between these 3 crystals. We had to have some really clear ones today. Let me just show you the first one. This is how it looks. Yeah. And the second one. It only wants to stay on its back. There. All right. And the third one. Yeah. As usual, pause the video if you need a little moment with the crystals, and I'll see you in your reading. Welcome to your reading if you chose crystal number 1. This beautiful clear one. All right, let's get started. What is it that you don't see about yourself when it comes to, well, things that your higher self really wants to change a little bit? You know, things that you perhaps are not really proud of, or, you know, still use as a comfort zone in some kind of way. We have the card Volcano. Oh, sorry, I'm using the Earth Magic deck here. And now I'm using the Shadow Self deck here. All right, so what is it that you sort of are hiding? Or using that's not really working for you emotionally. We have getting in your own way. All right. And we have the card Nostalgia. Nostalgia. Yeah. All right, so let's have a little more cards. I'm going to use these vice versa cards because I really feel like they give us a very clear idea of what is actually going on. What is I'm feeling here with this volcano and getting in your own way? It's I'm feeling like a repetitive story going on from your childhood, or something that happened, something that makes you angry inside. And this could be the reason why sometimes you go to that space where you sort of still communicate internally your bad history or something that happened in your childhood. Is like, I'm also getting like a little bit of a victim vibe here, and also some anger about what happened in your childhood. And that's not, you know, for me to say what happened especially, but and also, you know, you could have something, it could be true, you know, whatever you're angry about, don't disregard your own feelings, have that respect for yourself. But sometimes, you know, if we repeat stories from our childhood, it can get in our way, you know. And the first card we have here is the High Priestess. It comes out in reverse. And it says, actually, I have to read the first sentence: suppressing intuition. Sort of withholding yourself, or something happened in your childhood, I think. And perhaps it was very abusive with this volcano. It felt abusive. It could be physical abuse or psychological abuse, psychic abuse, what you call it in English. And sort of been holding you back in many ways here. Okay, so I don't, in this energy, I want to talk to the vibration. I don't feel like I can trust myself or my intuition. I can't listen to my intuition. I'm perhaps a lot up in my mind, or I just feel like I'm still milking this victim mentality because, well, this reading is about talking about where you got stuck and what don't you see about yourself, you know. And sometimes we just get stuck in those energies. Then we have 8 of coins, and it's also in reverse. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but in the card, the title, it says a repetition. So that's what I was feeling, this vibe. There is an energy of I don't like where I am, or sometimes I just feel stuck. I feel like I can't move. I don't feel good enough, or I don't feel ready, or I'm still waiting for something to come, or I'm just also, well, a little bit afraid of what could come if I open my heart, if I open up, right? We have the Champion of Swords in reverse. This is the Prince of, no, Knight, what you call it? It's a Knight, the Knight of Swords, okay? When the Knight of Swords come out, it's a lack of action. Yeah, for some of you, it's just, it makes you sort of stagnant because of this pattern. Sometimes you just don't seem to be able to move or do something about it, or stand up for yourself, or go into a place of well, some kind of depression, or become some sort of a bully toward yourself, because you have eternally a history, a pattern of someone being a bully to you, right? And that's how we get to the point where we do it to ourselves. We become our own bully if we have been bullied, or yelled at, or hidden, or been, you know, spoken to in a condescending way, like you're not worth anything, compared to whoever sort of taught you this pattern, right? And then we have the Devil in reverse. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I feel like for some of you, perhaps this person is deceased that taught you this pattern, or there is someone from the other side trying to come in and tell you, this is just a pattern. It was something that you chose to learn in this life. It's not who you are. It has nothing to do with who you are. You're perfect. You're beautiful, right? This is a negative karmic reaction, an unhealthy pattern with this Devil in reverse coming in, right? And it says here, negative karmic connections, codependency, energetic implants, physical or emotional abuse. That's the name of it. That's the word for it, emotional abuse. All right, so yeah. So this is what you don't sometimes see or recognize about yourself. That you have this underlying shadow pattern that someone else taught you, right? Of how to be condescending towards yourself, because they taught you that you're not worth anything or whatever, you know. Oh, that's the first part of this reading. It's the hard one, because we look at these old crappy situations. I feel like we have the Four of Wands comes out in reverse as well. And I really am getting that something happened with people in your, perhaps your parents got a divorce, or someone died, or someone but it's about family problems. And it could also be a continuous situation that you've been continuing by getting a divorce later, or having, karmic relationships in your own life, right? Because you're repeating this pattern. You were not supported enough in your childhood. I really am getting. Perhaps you felt unwelcome, or not part of the family union, or your parents didn't align with each other and there were problems. You could have felt like you were left out. You could have felt like the black sheep of the family for some of you, all right? So, yeah. Sorry, I'm still a little bit sick in my voice, but I'm okay. I'm back. All right, I'll just take these cards away. Sorry, I didn't say that before I began doing this. I just want to move on to the next part of this reading, all right? So what is the beautiful thing about you? I want to know, what is the most beautiful thing about you? I have to stand up to get another deck because Spirit is showing me a deck that I don't have on the table. We're using spell casting. Whoops, not reverse. That's just how I took it off the shelf. All right, so I want to know, what is the light in you that you don't see or recognize? What does it come from? What is the light in you that you don't see or recognize? Crystal number 1. What is the light in you that you don't see or recognize? Manifestation, beautiful card. Boundaries, okay. And healing, new beginning, justice, and beauty. All right. Did you know you're beautiful? Did you always doubt if you were beautiful? Compare yourself to others. For some of you, that's what's coming out. Did you know that you have been actually healing yourself for years and years, and that you're actually doing this every day? Perhaps you're healing others as well. Did you recognize all the boundaries you already, put up or set up for yourself? All the times that you spoke out. All the new beginnings that you have attracted into your life, that you are in a new beginning right now, a huge one actually, and that you have never done anything wrong, but wanting, justice, or clarity, or to be understood by the people that were closest to you or that you love. Mostly I want to say this new beginning talks to an energy of, or a question actually, or a choice. The question is, do you want to keep on continuing these old patterns, dark patterns? I feel like you are very aware of your patterns. You're very aware of what's been going on in your life. You are very conscious actually about what happened to you. And you have been in a period where you're like, why do I keep continuing these patterns? Because I do it and I don't want to do it, but I do it anyway. It's been also a way of, continuing, of course, this, internal anger and condescending voice toward yourself, right? I know what I am, I know what I want, but why can't I do it? And then I'm angry about why I can't do it. You know, I'm still continuing this cycle. But I feel like Spirit wants to say right now, you have the choice to completely let the shit go. And every time you come into that eternal blaming or whatever, you can change it and you can stop it. You know, you can change it and say to yourself, I'm doing it again. No, I am beautiful. No, I am important. No, I am great. You know, I am great and I'm important in this world. I'm beautiful in more ways than the physical way. My soul is beautiful. The radiance of my soul is beautiful and important. And the longer I continue to, well, do this pattern and not end this cycle of karma, the longer I keep this beautiful light that I am from the world, from all the people that are supposed to enjoy it or learn from it or gain whatever it is that I have to offer in this life, you know. That's how you turn the situation around and put the focus into the future and look forward and say, you know what, if I keep carrying this really heavy backpack, I'm going to walk slower, I'm going to need more breaks, I'm going to, you know, talk in a darker vibrational energy. I don't want that frequency anymore. If I take off the backpack, leave it right there on the ground, perhaps I want to dig it down and, you know, put a cross on it or whatever, make a visual picture of how you say goodbye to your past. Without it, you're free, right? You are free. And that's the point of everything. That's the point of it. Because then you can actually live your purpose. You can actually give what you were meant to give to this world. You can actually enjoy being in this, well, dark material world as you were actually supposed to when you came in. As a young baby, you were happy, right? You were so happy. And, well, someone did something and then it all, you know, ended for some reason, you know. But you're actually right now able to choose what you want. You want to push the past away from you, and every time it comes back up, say, you know what, you are, I'm clearing the space because I can't focus on the light I am with you in my way of my focus, my direction, my goal. Yeah, I should tell you, I have a little ritual with the people in my life that has been, you know, doing stuff during my childhood that has, well, been part of creating a negative pattern, because we all have these people in our lives, right? And actually I go to places where that I connect to, well, this malice or whatever happened in my life, and I just visually leave them there, and I put like a little thing that reminds me of them, and I leave it there. And I say, thank you so much for teaching me what I needed to learn. And now I learned what I needed to, and I'll be on my way. And then I just say goodbye and leave them in that geographical place, actually. And then I'm on my way, you know. And that's a pretty good way of creating that distance to your past negative pattern, right? Just a little advice. If you wanted to do that, you can do it visually as well. If you can't get to the place, or you can just visually put them there, you know. Yeah. So what you are now, it's so different from your pattern, your darkness, you are so much lighter. You're so higher on a vibrational scala. It's like completely, you're so much higher. You need to recognize this about yourself. And give yourself a pat on the back, hug yourself and say, you did really good. Acknowledge who you are now. And stop allowing this past stuff, things that has been going on inside of you, to dictate who you are. You're so much lighter. All right? And sometimes I feel like right now it can feel so harsh if you run into someone from your past or the vibration that hurt you. It can feel so much more hurtful. But the reason why it comes back to haunt you sometimes is to show you that the difference between your darkest shadow and your darkest, vibration or pattern and who you are now, it's so big. The step is so large. And that's why, because you vibrate so high, it feels like, wow, ouch, I don't like this, if you get hit by the past, sometimes, your past comes and bite you. Before you were closer to the past. So it wasn't as bad. It was perhaps more frequently, but it was still, you were closer to it. But now you're here. It's a big difference, all right? So if it really hurts you, that's the reason, spirits say. So recognize that the ability you have now to, let go of it by sending it love and forgiveness and things is much larger. You're so much more aware of how you do this, and you connect more to the forgiving energy now than you did before, spirits say. Okay? So recognize this about yourself. See this about yourself. All right? Wow. Thank you so much, Spirit. I love when you give me new ideas of doing readings. I don't know how they're actually going to turn out, but I think this was a beautiful one. I hope you resonate with this. Crystal number 1. So, yeah, I think your reading is done now. I just want to say, don't forget that I do private readings if you want private reading. And these private readings, I can help you explore your inner challenges, And right now we have offers, actually, because Spirit keeps coming with these funny offers. 2 months ago, we did an offer of relationships. if you have a partner, a spouse, someone you'd want to know something about in your life. It could be family, it could be someone you are in love with, it could be all sorts of energies. Then send me a mail. You can find my email in the description box below. And this week we had a new offer because we just stepped into the fire horse's energy, and I really wanted to do readings that could help you to, well, move into this new energy the fire horse provides without, stumbling, because the fire horse is faster. And manifestations happen faster. So if you have something in your life that you're planning, or intentions that you put out for this year that you really want to happen in your life, I want to help you by asking the fire horse, well, how you do this in the best way, so you won't stumble and fall, or so you will actually tell it to get you to your manifestations in the most calm and peaceful way. All right. I think this was your reading. My voice is I need a glass of water. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. All right, take care. And welcome to your reading if you chose crystal number 2. So this is the one. What I'm actually getting while I look at this crystal, I actually didn't notice when I showed it to you in the intro, but it has a little extra pieces of crystal on the big one. So what I'm getting actually already is, well, what you don't see and what's going on with your pattern, and what you don't see has to do with, could be your children if you're a parent, or other people very close to you. The vibe is higher with the children. So if you have children, I would go for that energy here. We have love. I didn't tell you I was actually shuffling Earth Magic while I was just getting that vibe in. All right, so what is it that you don't see that is in your vibration here? We have the shaman energy. What is it that you don't see? And then we have new moon and promise. All right. There's definitely a deeper version of this relationship you have with these people, I will call them, that is extremely important to this relationship here. Now, right now, I'm channeling, so I forget to say what I'm doing. I'm also shuffling the cards deck Shadow Self, just to see what patterns are not good and that you're not seeing, just so we can get to the good part, right? We have a punishment energy here and the inner dialogue. All right, and then we have the card Chaos and Dissolution, sorry. Yeah. I really am getting an energy of, well, am I a good parent? I don't know, sometimes I don't know if I'm a good parent, or if I did something wrong, if I failed as a parent. Do my kids feel rejected? Have I done a good work? Am I... really, am I good enough? Have I done good? Have I done enough? For your kids or in any kind of relationship here. Yeah. On the bottom we have the seeking safety card, and I just this energy that comes in is, some of you could have in some way hidden yourself emotionally or physically, geographically, so that you wouldn't have to get the answer of this. If you are a good parent, sometimes it's better to stay quiet than, well, connect, or what you want to say, and then we have the energy address the problem. Yeah. So it could be, or could have been hard for you to connect in some kind of way with your children. Maybe some of your, or people around you. Someone has been angry with you or have a lot of emotions. Perhaps something big happened in your life, and that sort of fell into their life as well, and they were emotionally a part of this, and perhaps there has been some kind of chaos, and some part of you don't know if you handled it the right way, or you don't know how these other people are doing, and you feel some kind of guilt or shame around it. You are in that way, in this energy, punishing yourself a little bit for what happened, or the way you reacted, or the way you sort of, had to also protect yourself. And perhaps you feel like you owe these people or children something, because you've been caught up in a situation that you needed to handle. And this situation, I feel like, was meant to teach you a lot of things. So you have been, pulling yourself back to, learn or focus on this other situation instead of these people that might have needed you. All right, so that's what I'm getting with these cards. Because these people are someone you love very much, and someone, I feel like your soul has made an agreement to come in this life with together, so that you could be very close to them and be a part of their learning and a part of teaching them in this life, as well as them teaching you. There is definitely a promise that you have given them, and wow, I just felt like I need to cry. Maybe you don't know if you held up on that promise, or feel like you didn't. Wow, I'm getting very emotional here. There is a lot of guilt coming up, because you needed to take care of you in a situation before you could take care of them. Wow. So this is, what's actually been going on, what's happening inside you. you haven't really been able to see how you could have done this differently. I get wow, this reading is very emotional suddenly. Wow. You know, I feel everything. So sometimes it makes me cry to do these readings. But there is so much love in this connection here. And we are here to teach each other a lot of different things, right? And I feel like you're learning to look at this as a teaching process of some kind, right? That to see and understand through your inner wisdom how this time, era, or this situation, whatever happened, was also a part of everyone's soul's learning, you know, or teaching. So, but for some reason, you feel most responsible for these other people in your life. That when it comes to it, you are the main responsible person, and you should have perhaps made different choices, or you don't know if you did things the right way. You can't foresee the future. You don't know if you have hurt anyone of those people that you care so much about. A big insecurity inside of you that Spirit wants you to see in this reading that you have, right? Yeah. Wow, these self-reflecting readings are sometimes tough, you know. We want to see actually what's actually going on inside of us, right? So we can explore it and heal from it, right? I want to take some tarot cards on top of these shadow cards to dig a little deeper. We have the 10 of Cups energy. So this is kind of like some kind of family issue. Then we have the Hermit. These are the vice versa Intuit cards. The Hermit in reverse, and the 8 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. So I feel like what happened, something big happened here. And that was the reason for your inner conflict and why you sort of have to step back or work on your own inner fear. Perhaps you had extreme anxiety. It feels like you could have had a lot of anxiety, and you just had to, well, give yourself the mask in the plane before you gave it to these people or your kids or whatever, you know. And it was just survival. You were surviving. You were in survival mode. I'm just getting a lot here. So we're going from beautiful, happy family life. Perhaps these people thought that this was beautiful and happy, and they were fulfilled, and there was peace and idle, and to, well, suddenly this huge break, or what you call it, becoming apart from each other or something. This Hermit coming in reverse is deep isolation, and really, really repeating past mistakes and feeling stuck in these past mistakes, because I feel like a lot of anxiety comes up here. I don't know what to do. My hands are tied. I can't move. The situation that you're in puts you like you don't know how, it's just impossible for you to move, because something is definitely creating a huge imprisonment or something like that, restriction around you. It could be, it's a self-imposed kind of restriction, but you're still there. You can't really move out of it. That's what the Eight of Swords mean. You know, you're paralyzed. And it could be that someone else has put you here. This situation often, you know, is about, well, someone else put you in this situation. And you haven't been there before. You don't know exactly what to do about it. You are not experienced perhaps with this kind of situation, and that's very often when our hands feel tied and we get paralyzed in this fear, because it's like, what can I do here? Someone's been hostile toward you with the Five of Swords energy, and very perhaps abusive or aggressive toward you. I feel like maybe a bully or something. Very yeah, something that really surprised you, or perhaps it didn't surprise you, but perhaps it grew in size, so you were like, wow, what, you know, I knew something about this person that's been influencing me in a negative way for a long time, but this is like, what the, you know, what's going on? It's like everything grows in size with this situation that is extremely violent and hurtful. And to go to these Eight of Swords and that energy, you need to feel like, I need to save myself. I need to protect myself. You know, something has sort of catalyzed you to completely hold back, completely hide away, you know, because this is the first instinct we have, you know, as humans. We're animals, you know. If something is really, really scary and fearful, then, you know, we shut down and hide away. So I'm getting, this is not something you actually did on purpose. It's you couldn't have done anything differently. You had to protect yourself and take that mask on yourself first. But these people, they also needed you, and you know that. You knew that. And that's what you're not seeing, or haven't been seeing, I think. Actually, the guilt from not also providing the mask to them so they could breathe, so they could have you, or you could be the responsible one mostly, or yeah. So in this reading, there is just a deep form of guilt and punishment toward yourself. All right? So we're gonna talk about the positive things that you don't see. You know, what is it that you actually don't see that is positive about this situation? All right. Oh my God, you have a lot of sadness and shame, or it's just, the internal feeling is, what if I hurt my people? What if I didn't do good by them? What if I wasn't there when they needed me? Wow, you guys. This energy that comes into me, you know, I can't sort of handle not sharing the vibe that when it comes into me. That's why I do these readings. I have to let everything pass through me. But wow. Okay, Spirit says keep these cards out because you still have this love for these people. This love. Oh, wow. You're so... I can't stop crying. This love is still there. Don't worry. You are their healer. You are the person in their life that is the most comforting, the most loving and caring and friendly person, right? And this promise, it's still there. You're never gonna leave them. You're never gonna disappoint them. All right. Okay. So, now we're using this spell casting. I want to know, what is the positive side of this situation that, you know, you haven't been really willing to see or look at inside of yourself? What is the positive version of this? Why did this happen to you? We have blessings. Oops, empowerment. So we had to have that, and willpower. Okay. What I'm getting here on a soul level, your people, they agreed in this promise you have to each other to allow you to gain strength and understand how beautiful you are. Wow. And how blessed you are, how wise you are, how important you are for this world. This situation was meant for you so that you could empower yourself, come back to self-belief, come back to self-love. Okay? And we have the card Clarity. These people in your life, they're blessings to you so that they sort of support your work here on Earth in the third dimension, so that you can actually learn, raise your own vibration, get rid of past old paradigms that are not supposed to be here anymore, and show them what the new paradigm looks like, and help them actually also release whatever is still stuck of the old paradigm inside of them because of the work you do. Sorry, I should have had a piece of paper. I didn't know I was gonna cry. We have Spirit Guide. I really am getting that you are these people's spirit guide. You are these people's strength. You show them, and you have showed them always the beauty of love in this life and compassion. We have in this card is compassion. You are the most compassionate person. Your people know that about you. And then we have the card love. And inspiration. Don't forget this about yourself and lighten your load. Don't forget this about yourself. Focus on how beautiful you are, that you are participating in this new beginning that's happening in the world right now, all right? The world could not be without you. We have the card beauty. I'm hearing you would not have attracted the situation we talked about before unless you were ready to completely let it go. And that could be, well, whatever malice you were carrying inside, whatever thought about yourself you were carrying, if you felt like you were not worth enough, that you could, you know, accept people treating you bad, for example, if you've been giving and giving and giving out of your heart and all the love that you have there without receiving anything other than malice from someone else, and accepting it, you know, and slowly losing your identity or the love for yourself, you know, letting someone else, well, trample on top of you or be condescending to you or making you feel less. This is actually what you have been doing while you used the oxygen mask for yourself. And this was important. This was important. Protection, because you were protecting yourself. But not only yourself, you were protecting your people, either if it's little people or other people, but also the world. Do you see this card? She holds the world. That means that this lesson that you've been giving was always about not only raising your own consciousness or your people's consciousness and your people's consciousness, but also the entire world's consciousness. All right? We've all been given little tests in this life, or blueprint, and the purpose behind this blueprint has always been the awakening of the world. So that's actually how you should look at this, well, things that you were not wanting to see or understand completely about what happened to you, what you've been going through. This situation we're talking about before, it links with, well, patterns from your entire life going back, right? And perhaps, earlier life as well. I mean, former lives as well. But so many of us light workers are here to cut this link or connection to all these lives or all these former emotions that we have been submitted to. So, it falls away forever. All right? Yeah. I really hope you understand this reading. That, what really, really, really hurts us and makes us feel the most fear, the most hurt, that will bring us to such a beautiful place once we recognize that this was actually a part of consciousness. This was a part of the entire consciousness of the universe. Because that's the point of living here on earth. It is to learn and raise the consciousness and vibration. We do it in ourselves first, and then it sort of spreads to other people. People get affected by it. Some get really affected because they're very close to us. Others, interact in our vibe. We all interact in each other's vibe. We are actually all one. Like we were in a kaleidoscope. We're all one. And we're mirrors to each other. So whatever happened in this situation with your people, their soul also agreed to be a part of this. Because their soul also wants to learn and also has their own journey to learn. They are just as protected as you are or have been during everything. But Spirit says, this year especially, you have a choice. If you want to bring the fear and the hurt and everything with you, or if you want to let it go and say, I'm not there anymore. I chose a different timeline. Now I want to focus on all the love I carry for these people I have here. These people. I want to give them all the love. All right? Or just remind them of the love that you already have given them and that they already know is there. All right? Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this reading resonated with you. I actually have two offers going because I have an offer of relationship readings. It could be a love relationship, or it could be a family member relationship, or boss and colleague, whatever relationship. So I do readings right now for an offer. And also last week I was inspired to do a year of the horse reading, the fire horse, because the fire horse is so busy and we're not really used to that. So if you have, plans for this coming year and you're not really sure of, or situations or relationships you're not really sure of, I want to do a reading where we sort of ask this horse to tell us how to manifest in a good way, so we don't set the wrong intentions, or we don't stumble with this horse's fiery energy or fall. Instead, how we actually get safely from place to place this year. So I want to do readings about that. So if you have something you know you want to do, but you're not sure, let's do a reading about that. You can go to the description box below and find my email there and give me send me an email. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Yeah. I hope this resonated, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. And welcome if you chose the third crystal here. We'll put it up there, and now I'm shuffling Earth Magic to see what negative patterns are you not seeing to begin with before we move on to the positive ones. What negative patterns aren't you seeing? Crystal number 3. What negative patterns aren't you seeing? We have Whale and Breach. Okay. I'll just shuffle a little bit more, I think. After, I'm going to shuffle a little bit more the shadow cards to see what's actually going on here. We have Wolf and Instinct. All right. Crystal number 3. What is your negative pattern? I feel like it's starting very slow. I'm not getting a lot, actually. So please just wait for the energy to come in. Whale and Breach. The energy that comes in is sometimes you make decisions a little too fast. And don't listen so much to yourself or what your own wishes are. We have Environment. These are the Shadow Self cards. And Inner Emptiness. Become Your Fear. Okay. So what comes in to begin with here, it's a feeling that mostly you are acting on other people's wishes or commands or expectations here. It's like an energy of being a little bit outside of yourself and not so much inside yourself. Because it doesn't feel right, or it feels a little scary to actually ask yourself within what's going on within what your heart wants. It's like you sort of jump around and go from place to place, mostly on instinct, but mostly in what's happening in mentally, I'm getting here. It's like I don't know how to communicate with myself. This inner emptiness energy. Then we have outer life. Perhaps I don't connect very well here on Earth with the people. So either I feel like I just have to live a life on their terms, or I don't know how to actually connect to my heart and what I want. We have the card the fractured shadow, and then we have mind control. Yeah. It's like I really can't connect with who I am in this energy. It's like more out here, and it's more like I don't feel like I can explain it from the life I've been living. I just don't feel really understood. I'm getting an ADHD kind of energy, and that is, you know, a blessing. That's heroic to have that diagnosis, I think. But it's still also, it can, you know, be a way of also running from yourself sometimes, and who you really are or what you really want, because you're running away from your fear. Yeah. Let's do some tarot cards. This one stuck to the table. We have the Hierophant. We're using vice versa. As you can see, you can turn them upside down, but this comes out not reversed. So these are, you know, the rules and conventions other people's have. And I feel like that this is a little hard for you to be I feel a lot of an energy of intergalactic kind of vibe with you, okay? Not really, I don't feel like I fit in. We have the Three of Wands in reverse here. Everything is being pulled back with this energy here. There are restrictions. It's an energy of things being delayed or setbacks. There is no foresight in this energy. It's an energy that you feel like you're being pulled back often by other people's expectations or wishes. The Fool. I just want to be spontaneous. I want to be free. I don't want to think about all these rules. I just want to, oh my God, don't be stuck in this society that's rejecting me all the time. Five of Cups. I feel like an outsider a lot. I'm always been like viewed as someone a little obscure. I don't know, is that the word? A little, again, outside, a little weird, or I don't know. I feel sometimes a little weird compared to others, or they view me like this. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you know this about yourself. Most of you know this about yourself. What you don't see, I think, about yourself could be the other version. What is good about this? Okay. Yeah. We're not supposed to have a little more cards about this. We're going to take cards now about the positive side of this, and and what you don't see so much about yourself. I want to start with some oracle cards, and then perhaps we'll do more. Yeah, we'll do more tarot, I think, for this reading. And we're actually not, yeah, taking this away. We did that in the other ones, but we're just putting this on top. Life purpose. Life purpose. Yeah, there's me, and then there's, well, the others, all their opinions. But I actually shine, you know, in this energy. Don't you see how much you shine? Why are you here on Earth? To protect it. I'm here to protect the Earth. I came as an intergalactic soul to protect this Earth. That's what I'm getting for you guys. And to manifest a better world. And I'm here to bring answers to the world's energy and people in this world. Through my energy that in some way changes and heals the world. Inspires the world in a new way. I really am getting an indigo vibe. That's why I said ADHD vibe, but indigo is better, you know? So, yeah, let's do some tarot on top of these ones. What don't you see about yourself is that you actually are here to change this world, right? And to make it better. We have 3 of coins. Yeah, this is a card of a new kind of, well, synergy in this world and in collaboration with each other as human beings, right? Coming from a place of love, a place of I see you, I understand you. You are light, I am light, we are all light. We're all part of this oneness, this unity of, well, this beautiful new awakening going on in the world. Magician. Beautiful. Yeah. So you're here to bring, you know, what people don't see and understand, to materialize it, you know, turn visions into reality, Spirit's saying, okay? Bring Spirit down to earth in every single one of us, in each of us, right? We have 5 of Wands in reverse. That's to bring resolution between, you know, people who are fighting or, well, not willing to understand each other. To find there is a lot of common ground and peace, teamwork, working together, understanding, listening to each other, healing each other here in this world. That is your soul's purpose, I'm getting here, okay? We have the 4 of Cups. It's also in reverse. The 4 of Cups is when you don't see what God is handing you of good things. Reverse is when you seize the day. That is when you start focusing on being self-aware, understanding that, you know, there is more between heaven and earth, that God is actually real, that we come from God, that we are God, we are part of God, we carry and own beautiful peace of God within, right? And we are all here to bring love, or to teach each other so we can gain more love in this universe. Very, very beautiful energy here. This card is to bring a new outlook, a new direction into this world. Create or make people see that there are new options. So this is a very important thing for you to know about yourself and to actually milk about yourself, you know? I came in, I don't feel like I'm like everybody else. I don't like those rules. I feel like I'm not like them. But there was always a reason for this. There was always a beautiful reason. You came to show people what love is, right? And you can do this. The Chariot comes in the end here. You know, the Chariot comes in with the light of Elijah from heaven down to earth to pick him up. That is your soul's purpose. To come in and pick people up on this wagon of light. Yeah. With willpower and determination, you will be successful in doing this, Spirit is saying. We have the 10 of Swords in reverse, which is a regeneration of everything I'm getting here. Making a comeback, the world's comeback, you know? And the Empress. And the Empress. To stand tall in who you are and your difference, in your differences toward other people. Because the Hanged Man, you're here to show them a new perspective on life. You're here to show them that their soul is a friend. It's actually something we want to love. We want to love ourselves. We want to love our soul, just like the Empress brings love with Venus, cares for herself and others, right? This is your purpose. So focus on that, not all the differences, not all the times you felt misunderstood and the things you could be angry about, or you could be, what happened is then and there. And no, focus on how you actually came to save the world from all this malice, from the old paradigm, to show them the way into a new paradigm. All right? To repair what needed to be healed, right? You came to change the outcome and to give the world a new perspective. So that you could, open the door into this new earth that we're moving into right now. So I feel like Spirit says you are extremely important. You are extremely important. You chose to come in right now where everyone needs help to see things in a new perspective. Yeah. Wow, this was a beautiful, deep reading for you guys. I really hope it resonated with you. And Yeah, what a beautiful time we're in. I feel so grateful I'm here right now, and you should too, Spirit say. You're doing great. Focus on the good about yourself. That's most important. You are this Empress. You are the love that she brings. You're beautiful, you're caring, you're great. You're compassionate, you're kind. Stay in that vibe, right? First and foremost, give that vibe to yourself so that everybody can see, well, okay, this is what we have to give. Yeah, the law of attraction. The way we feel about ourselves, well, the people we meet, they will mirror that, right? They will see the beauty in you. They tell me to put this beautiful crystal on top here. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching today, you guys. It's been beautiful readings, I think. Thank you so much, Spirit. And don't forget, I also do private readings. And if you need one, I have 2 offers right now. One is a relationship reading, all sorts of relationships we can do readings about. And the other one is a fire horse reading, because I really want to help you really get this fire horse under your plans for this coming year. So if you have plans or things you want to do or hope to do or whatever, I want to help you to use this fire horse energy so that we can gain all the good things from this energy, instead of falling or stumbling or moving too fast or too slow or whatever, you know, because this horse is already moving. So yeah, so those 2 kind of readings I am offering cheaper this month and next month as well. All right, so let me know. Go to the description box and find my email there. It's a Danish email. You just write me in English, because, you know, I still know how to write in English. So even though it's my Danish email. So yeah, I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here today. I really hope this resonated with you. And yeah, I hope to see you again. Take care.